Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of team building. So today we got an interesting one. So we're going to be team building around Chalk, and this is Chalk for 2023. So Chalk was pretty much an archetype that was, I heard it was, I've only been playing competitive since 2020, but I've heard, so many, good things about Chalk from, I think it was back in 2015 or 2016, I believe. But it pretty much was a really good core. And not all of the Pokemon that were on that team are in this current format, but I still want to try to make it because majority of them are still here, right? So if we look here, the Chalk consists of Cresselia, Heatran, Amoonguss, Landorus, Therian, and Mega Kangaskhan. So Mega Kangaskhan is the only one that's not currently in the game. And then he always had like a six Pokemon that kind of made up, like balanced it out, right? But it was usually like these five. So we have 4 of these 5, so we're gonna go with those, and then we're gonna add 2 more users. So we'll start with Cresselia. All right, just gonna start our team off, and then we have Heatran. And I'm gonna do my best to make this team as viable as possible. We have Amoonguss, and we have Landorus. And now for the Kangaskhan, so since we want to keep it Chalk, we're going to replace this Pokemon with something that name starts with a K. So these are all of our Ks that we have. King Gambit could help this team a little bit. The King Gambit's not that good in this current format. It does help me with the Intimidate spam, but I already have a Steel type, right? It could be okay. Crocodile, not really. Nothing else is really that good. I kind of want to lean towards, it's between Cleavor and King Gambit. I kind of want to try Cleavor. I haven't used this Pokemon yet, and I'm interested to see how it does. It kind of does make me weak to Intimidate spam though, right? But yeah, I think King Gambit stops that. But King Gambit is just so weak to the Urshifus in the current format. Maybe a Terra Grass. I think I want to go with Cleavor though. And now to round out the team, I was thinking Annihilate would be decent, but I kind of want some fake out pressure to go alongside Cresselia, so I think I may do Iron Hands. But we'll kind of leave this spot up to for debate. Because I do already see this team, being able to easily be cycled by Arcanine and Landorus. So in that case, we need to give this team some options that make it good into that. I could build the Iron Hands in a way to counter Landorus plus Arcanine. So we'll probably lean towards that. So with the Cresselia, how do I want to play Cresselia? I think I want to start with maybe a Mental Herb, just so I can't get taunted. And let's see what moves do we want to add. I think Ally Switch could be useful. We're definitely going to use Lunar Blessing. I think I want Ice Beam. I kind of want to have some offense on my Cresselia. I want to be able to remove opposing Landorus, right? And I want to give myself a really good matchup into that, so we don't have to worry about Intimidate cycling as much. And I think Psyshock is strong. I kind of want my Cresselia to be a little bit offensive, right? And I think I'm going to go with Water Terror. Just because Fairy Terror has been kind of predictable on Cresselia. And a lot of Gholdengo run around the format. And Gholdengo can kind of like, do well into these 4. Not really Heatran and Iron Hands. But I think Water just, gives me a good matchup into that. I do become weak to Rillaboom, but I think we have plenty of Rillaboom answers that people probably won't even bring Rillaboom to this team. Definitely want to have Lunar Blessing, give us some extra bulk, and then Trick Room. Right, so we can't be faked out because we're not using Covert Cloak, we don't have Citrus or Safety Goggles. But with the Psyshock, we can do pretty decent damage, right? I do think I want to make it a Modest Nature. like I said, I like to level my Pokemon up by level 100. I like to do their stats by level 100 because that's just the way I learned how to do my stats. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of special attack investment. Probably go to maybe the next EV bump right after this. Let's see where it is. There it is. All right, so we leave it right there. We don't need any speed investment. Want to definitely be able to take physical attacks pretty well. So I put that up to about 280. Put that up to about 300, and then I'll dump the rest in HP. I think this is a pretty decent Cresselia set. We have a little bit of special attack investment so we can deal some damage to Landorus and to Among Us, right? I could go max special attack, but I don't know if that gives me enough, and I kind of, need the bulk. Yeah, I do need the bulk. All right, so Heatran, Cresselia's pretty much done. I'm gonna say these two for last because I don't really have an idea how I want to build them yet. But Heatran, I think I want to go Life Orb. How good is Substitute next to Heatran? Next to Iron Hands? Substitute is pretty good. But if I go Substitute, then I want to go Leftovers. And I want my Heatran to be a little bit more offensive. Yeah, I kind of want to be able to wall out Among Us. Yeah, this team is not going to like dealing with Chien-Pao now that I think about it. Terra Fairy could be cute. Life Orb Terra Blast. I think that can be interesting to help me with my Chien-Pao matchup. I don't think I've seen anyone try that set. Yeah, I kind of want to try that. And Protect. Because like this core right here, like it's kind of weak to Chien-Pao. And I have to Terra this, and if I Terra in the grass, then like Icicle Crash, I can only Terra one, right? So Icicle Crash kind of just cleans, right? But Terra Blast gives me a way to deal with Urshifu as well as Chien-Pao. And I haven't seen Life Orb Terra Fairy, which Fairy coverage into the format is really good right now. We are kind of walled by Grass Terra Heatran, right? Well, not wall. We can hit it with Terra Blast. And all they can hit us with is they have to Terra and probably Grass Terra. So, I mean, we're pretty both going to be hitting each other for neutral. So, I think this is a pretty good set. I want to try that out. All right, Mungus, I do want to definitely have water. I feel like that's the best Terra for this Pokemon right now. I do want to keep the Rocky Helmet. I want to be able to potentially break those Sash when I have to redirect like Chien-Pao attacks. Definitely want to be able to break those Sashes. My Mungus set is going to be pretty standard. I kind of want to use a similar set to the one I built on my previous team building team with when I remixed the World's Winning team. I had Leaf Storm on Among Us, right? And that gave me some, really good offense, right? And then we got Rage Powder and Spore. All right. And I think this is pretty good because that Leaf Storm is very like surprising damage, especially like against Gastrodon or like a lot of the sorry about that. A lot of the Terra Water Pokemon. It's really good against those. Yeah, I knocked over my phone. All right, so we're gonna put this up to we want to always go over 421 so that in case we run into a random annihilate, I think I go 429. In case you ran into a random annihilate that has final gambit, it can't one shot a Mungus, right? You always survive. And I actually want my Mungus to be really slow. I don't need the speed on it. And for the fact that if Tricklem's up, I want my Mungus to be slower than the other Mungus. And a lot of people are running no investment on their Amogus. I mean, they're running no speed reduction nature on their Torkoal. Excuse me. So when their Torkoal has like a neutral speed tier, it's not minus speed, then my Mungus can underspeed it, right? And I think that can be pretty useful. So we want to go. I kind of want to go with the defense minus speed nature. So where is that? It's gonna be relaxed. Then we go to the first EV bump, and then I kind of make the special attack around the same. I mean the special defense around the same, minus speed tier. Yeah, I think this is good. Among Us Leaf Storm doesn't need any investment, and it's still like really strong, right? And that's what I kind of like about it. So we'll go like that. Now Landers, this is gonna be interesting. I've been thinking about, I have two special attackers, but if I Heatran's really my only special attacker, and these two are physical. So I was kind of thinking of, all right, so I kind of do I want to make this a special variant? I mean, that would give me 2 earth powers, right? But that would get me around the intimidate spam. Actually, I think I want to go Swords Dance Landers with White Herd. And Water Terror. Yeah, I think I kind of want to go that. I could go Nasty Plot too. Actually, I can make a really fun set, right? I can take advantage of its new move that can burn. Yeah, let's make a fun, like this is not the most optimal, but we're here for content, you know, we're here to make fun, have fun. So we go with Sandseer. What other special attacks does he get? Psychic to deal with Amogus. we'll go with this. I'll see what it does. All right, so Cleavor. Now, most Cleavor, when people see it, I do want to run sharpness. When most people see it, they assume wide guard, right? Faint. It does get wide guard, right? Or quick guard. It's quick guard. So I kind of want to run a Scarf variant. Yeah, I want to run Scarf. I'm not sure what Terra I want to use yet. I know I want to have U-turn, right? Fast U-turn. X Scissor, so we can really eat up a lot of different Pokemon with the stab. Definitely want Stone Axe. And I believe Close Combat. Yeah, Surprise Close Combat is really good. I'm trying to think, what do I hit Close Combat? I can't see another move anyway. Because I feel like if I'm hitting Arcanine or Chien-Pao, I can just hit them with Stone Axe or X Scissor, right? Oh, but I guess this can remove Heatran. Heatran's never going to Grass Tear in front of me. But what other status moves does it get? Tailwind? Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, I think Close Combat is pretty good. Cresselia is always going to Terra in front of me, so I can't really bug Terra and just remove it, right? It's going to always Terra. Sorry, but I'm trying to think of what's the best. Should I go with a defensive Terra or... I think I'll go Ghost, just in case I want to get around Fake Out. Yeah, I want a shiny. I think actually a lot of people will assume Quick Guard and not really Fake Out in front of this, right? This is tricky because I can double dip into like Fighting Bug or Rock and deal like a lot of damage. I think I want to double dip into the Rock. Yes, plus Southern Steph Rock is really good. And Iron Hands. So I do know I need Fake Out. I want Drain Punch. I want Wild Charge. And I want Ice Punch to deal with Landorus. So this Iron Hands will probably be pretty standard. So what's my fears with this team? Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao and Landorus with Intimidate and Hisuian Arcanine. So what I want to ask myself is, do I have enough checks to deal with both of those? I don't have any priority, right? I have Terras. I have 3 Water Terras, so... And this is probably going to be Grass Terra. I have ways to get around Regidrago with Fairy Terra here. Yeah, Heatran's my only answer in the Reg Drago though. It kind of sweeps my team. For that case, I think I want to go Fairy Terror here. This allows me to put up a wall in front of that. Yeah, this allows me to put a wall in front of Reg Drago because that can just end my team. We got Protect here. No Protect. So we only have 2 Protects. I actually think that I want to run White Herb. I don't think Flutter Mane is too difficult for my team to deal with. Not White Herb, Clear Amulet. I'm tripping. I forgot all about this move. Clear Amulet. Yeah, because he has Citrus Berry. Nah, I'd rather be Intimidated and Cycle out. Because the Assault Vest just gives me so much extra bulk. Yeah. Alright, this is very tricky trying to, build like this core. I don't know how good it's going to be in the current format, but we're giving it a try. Yeah. So I don't want to max out the attack, so I want to probably go to about 496 or 396 right there. That's right over the EV bump, right? And then right about there. And these are just calcs that I'm used to doing. This is how I usually build my teams. Gives me like a good amount of offense and a balance of bulk. It's not like specifically calc to live anything specific, but it's made to be bulky enough to survive, most attacks, right? Oh, I didn't EV the Heatran yet. Alright, so Heatran, since we're Life Orb, we won't need that much special attack investment. So we'll bring it back down to right about there, 374. Make Heatran give it really nice bulk. Since this is a Trick Room Heatran, I don't need the speed investment. Right? Because I'm not expecting I don't have any speed control as far as going faster. So I don't need the extra speed control. We'll go about 193 just in case you run into another Heatran with no speed investment. I mean, actually removing the other Heatran first. But yeah, we're going to be on the Trick Room. I actually think removing the other Heatran first could be really good for us. Well, no, we not. I'll go with the bulk. Yeah, and I ended in a 9 because that just optimizes the Life Orb chip, so you take less chip from it. So this is going to be our chalk team. This is going to be pretty unique, and I'm ready to go ahead and make it, bring it in game. Once I raise the Pokemon up. So we'll see how it does. It's gonna be very interesting. I already have this Among Us in game, so I won't have to do anything with that. So I'll just get the other ones in game because they are pretty unique sets. I'm still debating on this. I think I'll do this just for the content. I think it'll be fun if I can actually like make it work. But we'll see. I think everything else is pretty standard and work out pretty well. Iron Hands plus Cresselia, Heatran, and Landorus. That core is gonna be really good. Among Us is always, a good brain. So like I said, I feel like I'm not really worried about Chi-Yu with this team. I'm not really worried about Flutter Mane because I have a lot of resistances and like bulkier Pokemon. I'm concerned about Chien-Pao, about my matchup into it, but I think we have good options for it, and also Landorus with Intimidate Cyclone. And that's specifically why our Lander is special, right? Because it's gonna want to come in, intimidate, and then you turn out. But I think like a fake out plus redirection with Nasty Plot is really good with this Landers set. So this is gonna be our team, and give me a couple days, and I'll make sure it's in game, and then we can go and get some games on the ranked ladder with it, see how we do. All right, but that's gonna be it for this video. If you like this type of content where I do these little team building videos, I know it's not as in depth as some team building channels can be when it comes to team building, but I haven't introduced the damage calculators and stuff like that to my channel yet. I'm kind of waiting on like a big introduction video that I want to do once my channel grows a little more, where I'll go into depth with how to utilize a lot of different team building tools, right? And I may do it, maybe a little bit early next year or something like that. But right now, I just wanted to kind of do like the basic EV training. So like I said, my EVs are not couched anything specific. They're just generally like based on like the speed tiers of my team. They flow good into the rhythm of that. And my Pokemon have just enough bulk to kind of like mess up other people's couch, right? And be able to survive like certain hits. So that's the kind of the idea about how I do my EVs. And like I said, that's gonna be it for this video. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.